Beginning with photographs of emotional freedom techniques, this first one is a woman who came to me in extreme fear. You can see in the photograph of her energy that there's some confusion going on, and you can even see the darkness under her eyes. She had been awake for days, but in reality that darkness wasn't there. It only showed up in the energy photograph. We used the fear, we tapped on fear on both psychological reversal points, and then we reprogrammed with peace and safety. So now we'll take a look at the second photo. As you can see in the second photograph, the energy appears to be going almost like a rainbow formation. This is when I know that we've really done what we needed to do. You can see the white light just shining down upon her and encompassing her, and you could see there are no more black circles under her eye. She really feels at a place of peace and safety, which is what we tapped in as a reprogram. In this photograph, the woman showed up at my door, barely able to stand. She had lost her husband tragically 7 months ago and reached bottom in her grief at this time. You could see also a lot of confusion in the energetic field, also some anger, and a whole lot of fear. Without knowing much about what is in these photographs, you can see a much more peaceful look on her face, a very coherent stream of energy floating above her, as well as a beautiful look on her face, one of peace and reconciliation with the tragedy in her life. This woman is tapping under the nose at the end point of the governing vessel, and you can see the three colors are yellow, red, and blue. At the same time, she's processing fear, which is yellow, anger, which is red, and blue, which is sadness. This is a very good example of color and vibration. Normally, in emotional freedom techniques, we never use spots on the feet. However, this woman's main issue was anger, and we went to the liver 3 and 4 spots. We put a crystal and a tuning fork on the liver 3 and 4 spot. You can see the practitioner there, and it was as though she was finished with anger forever. You could see basically her body leaving. That was the anger part of her body leaving. And if you look to where her arm is, her left arm, you can see the red just falling down, and it is just an incredible example of what the liver spots can do. In this picture, you can see there is actually no energy. However, I'm doing a session with the tuning fork and the rose quartz, and what I'd like to do now is show you what happens in a picture where the energy is actually seen. That will be the next picture. In this picture, I'm using the tuning fork and the rose quartz on the trauma spot, and even I'm not sure of what I'm looking at, but what you can see is there's a tremendous release of, it looks as though there's fear and anger and sadness all on the left side, and quite frankly, I don't know what's going on the right side with the white light. This is a photograph of a woman after her session. She decided she wanted to sing a song, and the reason that I included it is because when we are singing, that in and of itself is so healing, and you can see that the exact image of her higher self is over her. Music, whether it comes from the soul, the mind, guitar, CD, however we're listening to music, is a very, very healing modality, providing its healing music. In this photograph, we were working with the psychological reversal point, and I could see through the photograph that this woman had reached a place of total peace with the anger that she was working with. You can see she's just peacefully lifting out of her body. Some of the photographs of this woman are on my website, loveandactioninc.com, and they can be viewed on my photo gallery. Because I believe so much in the power of music, I do photograph all different modalities. This is a CD that was recorded with certain vibrations that were played for 3 minutes straight. This is the very, very beginning of that CD 12 chakra notes that were played for healing. At this point, the client was instructed to take a deep breath in and relax into the sound. You can see an enormous amount of orbs circling around the room, getting ready for this healing session that was about to occur. This is the same client after a 3-minute note that was played to balance the root chakra. You can see that the physical body and the spiritual body are in complete alignment. Just that one 3-minute tone raised his vibration. And he woke up from that saying that he felt like he had the best power nap he had ever had in his entire life. This is a photograph of a mom working with her son about 2 days after there had been a shooting at the school in which he attends. The color yellow and gold all around this child is about fear. She was using the tuning forks on the spleen, which is not a normal part of the EFT protocol. However, I was guided to have her use that spot. And you can see the enormous amount of fear just emanating from this child's body. He had developed a virus instantly as soon as he heard about the shooting. So it is, to me, logical that the fear shut his immune system down. This is the same woman, same child. With kinesiology testing, I was instructed to show her how to do a body talk for a virus that he had contracted. And it's a simple procedure, tapping on his head and heart and putting a Q-tip on the navel. And you can see the amount of light from this simple technique is just mind-boggling. And of course he recovered very, very quickly. In this photograph, we were working with intense emotions of anger and rage. You can see the red and the black just emanating from this young man's body. And you can also see the white light around, just waiting to fill in the spaces where it's being removed from the body. The universe does not like a void, and when we remove the negative emotion, it is filled then with white light. This woman is being photographed at the end of her session. She's an extremely spiritual woman, and she also had a very close connection with my son, or has a very close connection with my son. And you can just see the enormous amount of beautiful healing energy around her and in her auric field. I actually believe that those are vibrational healing codes that he specifically sent to her for her. Thank you so much for spending this time with me, and I would even be more grateful for your input, which you can give me from my website. I am not sure about these photos 100%, and if any of you out there have comments that you'd like to pass on to me, I would love to read them and communicate with you. You can also reach me at 702-525-7312. Thanks.